It's the beginning for some and a tragic end for others. You're watching the final episode of Love After Lockup here at AfterBuzz TV.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
Hi guys!
Hey!
Let the party begin!
What's up?
Ready for this?
Yes, so ready.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Love After Lockup here at AfterBuzz TV. I am your host, Brianna Cheyenne, and I will be leading our final discussion of the final episode. We have Kitty Kaboom here.
What's up, guys?
Always controversial in a wild time.
Amber?
Pietra Elise is always in the
What
live
up?
chat, ready to show love to everybody.
Hello.
And Miss Lexi Fierce is here with the straight hair rocking.
Yes.
Oh,
it's
she
so
wins.
cute.
Giving inches tonight.
So this episode is the combination of Takana Convict, and then we have Wedding Crashers and Cheaters. So this is a 2-hour episode. We're going to get straight into it because there's so much to cover. So first, let's get overall thoughts of what everybody thought. Like, what?
You look like you're about to burst.
I am.
Yeah, I was super happy. You're right, because every single scene was not only informative, but just like, okay, wait, what's happening right now? Wait a minute. So yeah, it surprised me quite a bit. I was very surprised, and I was surprised that I was surprised. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of expected it to go a certain way, and then when it didn't, I was just like, what? This is happening?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was super interesting.
Cool.
I love this episode. This is my favorite episode. I feel like I got more from the loved ones and the family members this time around, which I was really excited for. So overall, my favorite show.
Awesome.
I was sad because it was the last episode, but it was such a good episode. I laughed
It
at the entire
was.
thing. It was the craziest episode, I think, of people just doing absolute shenanigans, and I laughed at all of it. And I also predicted early on into the season that majority of the people would break up.
Yes.
And we saw a lot of
Yeah.
breakups this episode, so it was good to see everything be wrapped up.
Yeah, there are a lot of times where I had to hit pause and
Yes.
say, hold on, wait.
Yep.
What?
Me too.
Okay, so let's start off with Giuliana and Alex.
Wow.
So the thing about this is I'm gonna just straight out say I think Giuliana and Alex was just all fake. And I think it was fake to everybody except her mom Tammy. I think everybody got the memo that it's going to be fake as hell except Tammy.
And Giuliana. I get that, Bree.
Right?
This is because you've said that before. This is the first time I was watching, not because of anything they did, but everything just seemed to come together so perfectly. That it's like, okay, they have to have crafted this up in some type of way. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
I actually did the Love After Lockup News Daily, and that was the topic, because that's what everybody is saying online. That that these people have made this up. That she was actually a friend of his, and she wanted a storyline. She wanted to be famous overnight, and she thought this was the route to take.
Yeah.
So she befriended her friend, who they're completely platonic. They didn't never get down, and I mean that's the theory. I don't know. It sounds like you ladies definitely believe that theory.
Well, the thing is, what really sold it for me was the scene when she walked up on their date.
Right.
And the way the dialogue just went. Oh, you're on a date? Sure am. Who are you? I'm Giuliana. Okay. Like, it was so weird.
Yeah.
Especially knowing her background. Like, it seemed like she would come in there guns blazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you think, Pietra?
I don't think it was fake. I will say like the ending part on the date, I do feel like some of that was like staged, but I think their storyline was real. I will say what stood out to me was Giuliana, when she was in front of Alex, she did mention like, oh, well, you didn't tell her, you know, but then in her little confessionals, she contradicted herself, because she was just like, oh, she said, I can't do this because she totally was caught off guard. But you knew when you were sitting in front of him that he had not yet told her.
No, he told her that he told her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He told
He
Giuliana.
told Giuliana that he had already told Glorietta that they were done.
When I don't know if you guys caught it, but when she was sitting in front of him when they were on the date before Glorietta walked up, she said, so why haven't you? She said, well, how's things with you and Glorietta?
Right.
And then he was just like, I'm over that, whatever. And she was like, well, how come you never told her yet? So I was kind of thrown off by that, because it's like, she's basically making it seem like she didn't know, but I think that she thought, okay, y'all confusing me now, because I know what she said in front of him. She was just like, well, when are you gonna tell her? Like, she was thinking that he was gonna tell her, but then she, in her confessional, she was like, okay, well, you did tell her. So I don't know. That kind of threw me off.
I think it was more so she was saying, when are you gonna end things with her?
Yeah.
Like the relationship.
Yeah. Like not be engaged anymore.
Oh, well, maybe it was that.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go back on my statement, because I don't think their relationship was fake.
Yeah, I don't think that was fake.
I do think the reactions and everything that happened were real. It just seems like too easy of a setup getting them to that point. Like the whole meeting up with her and getting him on the phone, and he was like, oh, wait, I'm not going to her house, I'm going to this bar.
That was so weird.
It's like everything just kind of came together so easy, but I do think the reactions are real. Somebody said in the comment, Kimberly Shady Mayfield, she said, you're giving that simpleton too much credit. She's not smart enough to come up with that. Not saying that Gloria is an idiot, but it would be a really strong plan to come up with that I don't think she necessarily has the emotions to handle.
That's a nice way of putting it.
That is a really pretty way.
Right?
Yeah.
That was very nicely worded, babe. Thank you.
Nice
Yes, you
girl.
are. You're a sweetheart.
So, did anybody else feel it a little bit when he said, that's not my girl, that's never been that hurt
No,
me.
I didn't. Well, it hurt probably because we can all relate to it in some way.
Hurt me.
What hurt me was when he had the nerve to come out his mouth and call her a B. Like, that was unnecessary. Bounce them, bitch. Like, I'm sorry.
My thing is, I felt really sorry for her, because if we put ourselves in her shoes, it's like she's caught off guard by all of this. Like the last time I talked to you, we got in an argument, but it wasn't like.
And she hasn't
And you
taken
hate that argument.
Yeah.
You started it. Clearly, this is why you started these arguments, because you want to be done. But there's a way to do this. Like, don't try to embarrass me.
It just made me feel like he didn't really love her to begin with. It was nothing to begin with. And it's just crazy, because if that's the case, why lead her on all the way?
Girl, you know when they get locked up, they want money. They want money on their books. They want
to feel like... But even afterwards, when he got out, he's continued to lead her on, talk about the wedding, bring flowers, do buy the ring. It's just like, why do all this?
What killed me is after her mom spazzed out on him, when he was like, I was trying to have a civilized conversation with her. Like, no, you weren't. Not. You were being very mean to her, very disrespectful. Disrespectful, when all she was trying to do was get some answers. She could have rolled up on you and been like, you stupid idiot, I can't believe you're doing this to me. But she came in a very calm way. And
so
then you got up and reacted in that type of way. And then tried to say, oh, I was trying to have a civilized conversation. No, you weren't. Now, granted, her mom was doing the most.
Because that's what she do.
But in this case, I don't think it's too off-putting that she be like that with how he handled it.
Not only that, and I love that he made himself the victim. In his testimonial, he was just like, when you think one person, isn't that what they're called?
I guess so.
I don't know, whatever. Conventional, I don't know, whatever. The little part where it's just him talking.
We know.
My bad. So he mentioned in that, like, this person pretends to be this, she's this, that, and the third. This whole time I'm locked up. Then when I come home, she becomes a different person. When did she become any different? You're the one that's acting crazy. Like 2 minutes ago, you was all up in her guts. You was buying rings. He was digging that thing out, breaking back.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and 2 minutes later, you talking about, because men
do that when they think the grass is. It's a situation where I've noticed he did that because he feel like the grass was going to be green on the other side. So now you start treating the person in front of you like crap because you think it's going to be good. Now you left with nobody.
Yeah, exactly. Giuliana said peace out.
Which I'm so happy about.
I'm surprised she even agreed to have another day with him. She's clean and sober. She's living a different life. She's on a completely different journey. Why would you even go back? I get love and all that.
I think she was thinking he had changed and then seeing that whole thing play out.
Yeah.
She was
like, I'm cool on this.
And then Meg made a good point in the chat. She said, Alex said that he was trying to have a respectful conversation with her. Right. Respectful? No. If that was the case, he would have privately had a conversation with her before dating someone else.
Exactly. Jules, that's how that goes, brother.
Jules said, can she return the dress?
Let's hope. I doubt it, but let's hope. What also killed me really quick was her mom being like, you should go in there and knock him out with a chair.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I'm here for it.
No, actually, there's other things you could probably do.
I'm here for it.
Hilarious with all the shits, huh? You was with the shits.
I'm here for it because at the end of the day, this man treated her like crap.
He really
and she
did.
did not deserve that. This woman has done everything for him.
Everything.
All
All
right.
right.
Haven't done anything to
Okay,
him.
wait,
So
2 seconds. Did y'all not love the mom's reaction though when she got in the car? She was like, okay, I'm sorry, Lord, please forgive me. I'm a psycho.
She is a
I was
psycho.
like, yes, you are. And I'm glad you know.
Someone else who went psycho was Lacey on
John.
Lacey on John.
Yeah.
Lacey is dangerous. Because let me tell you something.
Not the clap.
This is and it shook me.
Yeah.
When she went to the dad's house with the kids and she
Yeah.
got in John's face.
Yeah.
And she slapped him.
In his.
And then she goes back to Shane and says,
And lied
he got
that
in
he
my
was in
face.
for. Mm-hmm.
Girl, Lacey is a dangerous woman.
dangerous.
She's abusive, but she do that to who she know
She
is
knows
not
she-
gonna do anything. Like
Facts.
she know this man love her, and he not gonna really do nothing to her. But at the end of the day, I wish her now husband was around to see how she acts because if she'll do that to him, it's only a matter of
Well,
time.
she already did it to Shane.
When
She
Remember
already
she
slapped
slapped him.
She already slapped Shane.
When he first asked to marry her, and she was like, "It's not the proposal that I had in my dreams, and John did this, and you did that," and then she was like, "Fuck you." Remember, she said, "F you," and smacked the mess out of him.
When he proposed
Pietro.
to her.
Pietra, they were outside the car at the restaurant.
she's
Yo.
abusive.
We gotta switch. I cannot believe she does not remember that.
I
She
don't.
already- But God bless
But
John.
more than just that, she's just messy.
But God bless
she likes
John,
drama.
her dad. Her
Oh, yeah.
dad is everything.
This is
He
what
is.
did it for me with Lacey. You wait until before you get married to call him to tell him about the results and just say, just letting you know I'm about to get married.
Click.
And hang up the phone.
Right?
You did that so he can come over
Of
there or feel
course
some
she
type of way. And it's
did.
just like, what type of games are you trying to
No,
play?
how about she did that and then turned right around and was just like, "I just, God forbid that there be a fight at my wedding on my wedding
That's
day."
what she wants.
Dun, dun. That's what you want, little B.
I was waiting
She's a
for her.
mess.
I was waiting for her to send John the location. Low
Right, Loki.
Yeah.
I thought she would.
Like type it, like send him a ping.
I just thought she was gonna send the whole
She
address.
was like,
She's a
I'm
mess.
getting married today. She didn't have to say all
She
that.
didn't say none of that.
First of all, if you really didn't want confrontation, you knew about the results before your wedding day.
Long
you could have
before.
called him before
Yeah.
your day, get that out of the way. So on your day, you're just focusing on your man and your big day.
Yeah.
Girl, she loves the shits. She's all for
Her
drama.
makeup was cute though.
There was a
was.
moment that there was a moment
It's cute.
in the, after the whole thing with John
Yeah.
in her confessional when she said, John has never talked to me like this. I'm shocked. And I'm like, girl, you lying.
You lying.
Because you and John are that ghetto couple that's always
Already.
going back and forth. And you're,
But she creates
you're
that.
used
Toxic.
to it and he's used to it. So this is not the first time he has called you out your name and threatened you and your dad
Of
in front of
course.
you and the kids.
Of course, because they've spoken about it repeatedly. Like they have a tumultuous relationship. When they're good, but when they're bad, they're crazy. They threatened each other. They've left each other stranded. They've put hands on each other. They've cursed each other out. This has been documented up until now. So what, you forgot that we all heard you say that before?
Meg said,
Girl, bye.
I said it weeks ago and I'll say it again. Lacey needs drama in her life and relationships. If it ain't there, she will create it.
Yep.
Amen.
That's very true.
You is right, girl.
Hit it right on the head, Meg.
Yes, Meg.
Kimberly says she's emotionally damaged as every other porn star.
Oh,
That's
Let's take put some spotlight on Shane real quick. How did you guys think Shane took the news of John's altercation with Lacey? Let's start with Lexi and then work
First
our
of
way
all,
to
she
Slim.
lied to
I
me.
still think he's scary. I still think he's not about that life. And just the reaction that he had. And then it was funny when they got to the wedding, he was like, I'm not worried about John because my friend's going to handle that. And it's like, okay,
now it all
sir.
makes sense. So
He just backed up what I already thought is that he's not about that life. He does not want those issues with John. That's really what I think.
That's a fact.
Yes.
Pietra.
I think the man, I don't know. I can't say that he's scared, but I mean, think about it. Being in jail that long, you're not trying to do anything to get you back in jail. So
True.
that's how I'm looking at it, because I just try to put myself in other people's shoes. If I'm just coming out, I'm not trying to be a part of no drama. But if I know that somebody got my back and you're going to hold it down for me, look, handle my lightweight real quick because I can't get in no trouble.
That's a fact.
So that's how I kind of look at it. But I will say, I want to see more personality from him, and I don't know if he's like hiding in the shadow of Lacey, but I don't really feel like I know him like enough. Like he says the little things and then he dip out. And I can't even blame him because she doesn't really tell him the full truth. Like she tells him enough, but she don't ever tell him exactly how it went. and we can't blame him because he's not ever there to see. But he needs to see that she can't be trusted, because every time she go to see John, he never knows until after the fact. Right. So that's enough right there.
Yeah.
Kitty, how'd you think Shane took it?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I agree with you 1,000%. When you're smart enough to know, listen, I'm starting a new life. I got a wife. I got 2 kids I ain't even helped make. Like, I got a lot on my plate right now. 3 kids. Lord have mercy. So, with that being said, like, I need to chill no matter who pushes my buttons. But I also feel like he's Drake. Like, he gonna be that guy to get out there and talk a whole bunch of mess and then run behind your friends and be like, Guy Next Door. What's the name? Not Guy Next Door. What's his name? Player Next Door. Whatever the artist. Party Next Door. Thank you. Yeah, handle that for me. Get my light work. Yeah, okay, whatever. Because you wasn't never about to throw hands in the first place. This is not his thing.
I'm not saying he should have like thrown stuff across the kitchen when he found out.
Yes.
But he was just a little too calm for me. I think he was just happy. Oh, she's definitely gonna be done with him now, so I don't have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, but there's such a thing as actually having if you're not going to get into an altercation, prayerfully that's not where it goes. You can at least speak your piece though. Like, you can't say nothing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes you come off as a little bitch.
So who should have known about the paternity test first, Shane or John?
I think Shane.
I think John. It's his possible kid.
Who do you think, Lexi?
I don't know, because it wasn't John's. I feel like if it was John's, he should have been the first to know. But you don't know that before you open it. So I guess Shane, just because he was there. I don't know.
I would tell my husband too.
I would tell my husband first.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't even her husband yet, y'all.
I mean, fiance, boyfriend. Girl, you know.
But what killed me is everybody's like, oh, he's not the father. Hooray. And I was like, nobody's concerned about who the child's father is.
I noticed that too.
Well,
that is so ratchet.
Well, on social media, call me off guard. On social media, Lacey actually cleared it up in her comments.
Did she?
And she said that her ex-husband is Marlo's dad.
But does she know?
How she know?
Look. Y'all not about to shoot the messenger.
How she know?
All right. So before we move on to Lizzie and Daniel, Pietra, Elise, let's get some shout outs and also a special message.
Yeah, for sure. We also have Mr. Giant's #1 fan in here again. So shout out to you, because I've seen you the last couple of weeks. Meg, of course, we always have to shout you out, girl, because you are faithful to us.
Hey, girl.
And everyone else. I'm going to go through, and everyone else, we appreciate you for being in the chat. But most importantly, we appreciate you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. So definitely always hit the thumbs up. Give us a 5-star rating. I don't know if you're looking at us on YouTube or listening to us on iTunes, but wherever we support, we thank you for supporting us, and we appreciate you for doing it.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so Lizzie and Daniel, Pietra, I know you felt away. I can't say I didn't see it coming.
I'm sad.
Are you really?
I'm really sad. Like, for real, like, first of all, I think that he handled that all wrong.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, yes, you could have, I understood what he meant as far as, wanting to get your car first, not make the wedding priority. I get that, because you can be engaged. You can be engaged for a while until he gets himself together, because as a woman, we all want that wedding that we want. So why not, like, allow your man to get his stuff together, and then we can focus on the wedding. At the end of the day, it's one of those things where I will say I was just so shocked at how he went from, if she can't understand I'm getting this car, maybe she's not the person for me, versus just sit down and talk to the girl, let her know where your mind is at first before just making that decision. I feel like it was his friend, his family in his ear, and he just felt like, okay, cool, like, I want to live this life. She doesn't get it, so she's not a part of it. And I just feel like that sucks.
I didn't believe him for 1 second. I don't think it had anything to do with a car or anything else. At the end of the day, I think he used that as an excuse. He got down on one knee and said what he had to say because he knew that he was going to lose her, right? Then when he came back with this irrational decision to purchase a car and had the nerve to try to justify it with keeping him clean and sober, boy, bye. Where does that even fit? How does it keep you clean and sober to have a car?
Because it's one of those things where it's
I just don't get it.
I feel it because it's one of those things where, first of all, if you don't have a car and transportation to get to and from when you're going, you end up in the streets and doing stuff that you ain't supposed to do.
That's because it's one point of view. Because in my opinion, I would think to have a car just makes it easier for you to get to those places that you ain't got no business being at.
I can see.
Because you can duck and drop and duck and Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Get out of the way. You know what I mean? If you want a bus and a train, it's going to take you a nice little minute to get to the spot where you got a cop. Then you got to go find a place to get high. Then you probably don't want to be high by yourself.
I was just looking at it like, okay, if he got a car and he knows like he got the job, he's serious about the job, it's like now he has transportation and stuff, and it's a way for him to show his family that he's serious because now he's responsible. He only had to pay $2,000 down,
no doubt,
and then the rest of the months like pay. So it's one of those things he could have explained that to her versus she thinking, okay, he just blew $7,500.
I was just about to say, what's up with the communication?
What do you think? I need another perspective right now.
I think both of them overreacted, but in different ways. I think David should have been vocal, like Daniel, sorry. Daniel should have been more vocal with, okay, it's not that I don't want to marry you. Right. I just think we should hold off, and that's why I buy the car. But instead, he came off with, if you don't want me to have this car, then we're just not going to be together. And it's like, why? And then from Lizzie's standpoint, it's like, well, he does need a car. You know, that's important too. In addition to the wedding, it's not car or the wedding. It's I need this car right now. Maybe we can just wait a little bit.
It was a lack of communication.
Usually the case.
But I didn't understand why. I felt like it was more wrong for Daniel because just seemed like a really dumb and shallow reason.
And she was just going off of his vibe. Yeah. She was just like going off of, well, you know what? Then boom.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, and we saw it from how he reacted this breakup with his mama coming down. He's a mama's boy. He's used to having his way. He wanted that car, and she was like, no. And he was like, well, if I can't have what I want, then I don't want this relationship. And I don't think that was fair to her.
I think also Daniel, it puts a cap on the fact that I said before when he first proposed to her that I think it was just a way to keep her quiet and satisfied because she was on this baby train and then she got on this marriage thing, and he's like, look, a quick engagement will keep her quiet on the baby. Right. A long engagement will keep her quiet on that wedding.
I think
we can just stack, save money. I can get my life together because he just started this job.
But why couldn't he just convey that? Like,
I think a man. I think he is. This is a prime example of a boy, somebody that's not mature enough to have a mind of your own, because I do think he loves her and he wants to be with her, but I think because he's so immature, he goes with the wind. Like he goes with, if his friend says this, his aunt says this, his mom says this, then he knows he has more people in that corner, so he goes with that. And when he's with her, then it's team her. So it's like one of those immature things of like, you don't have a mind of your own, you just go with whatever is convenient for the situation.
Yeah. And you've been locked up for so long and people have been telling you what to do for so long that when you come out making decisions on your own seems a bit scary to you probably. So he looks for somebody to kind of shovel him in the right direction.
And Jules made a good point just now. She said, why does the mom keep saying she's not good enough for her son? That's hilarious, which is hilarious because it's like your son is the one that had a lot to do with why she made the decisions that she made as well. So it's not like your son is perfect and this woman is just over here just a wreck.
Well, that's what I said last week, and y'all said, well, that's his mom, and that's how moms
we agreed with you, but
I
we were just sharing that part too. We were just saying, as a mom, I can completely agree. But you know what? Watching that hurt my feelings. Like, I feel like she's doing it messed up for all moms, like setting the precedents. That's not how we think. When Khalil brings girls, I'm not like, oh my gosh, she'll never be good enough, and you're an alcoholic if she had one.
But you think deep down inside, she's not good enough for my son.
No, I don't. That's not how I think.
But if your son brought home Lizzie, would you think that?
I don't think Lizzie's a bad person. I didn't see any signs
she's better than him.
Exactly. She's in school. She turned her life around. She used to be on them drugs. She doesn't do drugs anymore. She might have a drink or two, but I think she's focused. The fact that she was able to kick whatever habit she has is commendable. So I don't know about bringing Lizzie home because I'm a black woman and we got different feelings about that. But that's all it would have to do with. I mean, I'm keeping it 1,000. If she can't run my comb through her head, I don't know.
This $700 dress, because that kind of, I was like, $700, that's it? Like, but I get it. Like,
it's from where they're from.
I know. Because I was like,
it's all relative.
So, Lizzie feels like she wasted 3 years of her life.
Oh, that was so sad to watch her cry.
But she's young, so she still has another 3 years to waste on the next guy.
I feel like they could get back together. Well, they got a girlfriend now, but it just felt so soft for me, so small for me that when I watched it.
Yeah. And the mama loves her.
Yeah.
You ain't hear that? You ain't see that part?
Okay.
Not only does he have a new girlfriend, but the mama loves her.
Of course. That's how it goes.
We're going to breeze through Vincent and Amber real quick.
Yeah.
Snooze.
Because this isn't really anything to really talk about. they're done.
They're corny. They were corny from day one. She clearly don't want nothing he had to bring. And thank God he was able to not like embarrass himself by like groveling or stalking or like trying to make it.
Already is too late.
I did kind of feel bad for Vincent.
I did too, but I'm glad he walked away. It was, but don't y'all love it? He walked away, and the Chiron said he's dating a woman in the Philippines. They're hoping to meet soon. I'm like, this is this guy's
because I
MO.
think at the end of the day, Vincent isn't the best looking, and he's kind of weird, and he has to go to chat rooms to get attention. And I think that was the case with him and Amber. It was just I need a chat room love type problem that didn't last, and it's like, well, I thought we were gonna be together and you just left me out to dry, and I really actually felt bad for him.
Well, I reported on his new relationship with the girl on the News
Have they
Daily.
met?
Yeah, they met, and they're really in love.
Oh, nice.
Like, they've been exchanging I love yous a lot. You can find her on Instagram.
Okay.
I forgot her Instagram
But is it
name.
Amber love or real love?
It's real love.
Okay. Yeah.
It seems real. And she's not a bad looking girl. She looks black though.
Oh.
So
That's even better.
yeah.
Good for you, girl.
Okay.
Got a little extra melanin in you. I ain't mad at
All
it.
right. Angela and
That's
Tony.
a bad thing to say.
Angela and Tony. Oh wow. What are the thoughts?
Oh my God.
It just all puts a bad taste in my mouth.
Okay,
I'm so unhappy.
when I saw him do his surprise for her, the proposal, I literally was sitting there like, wow, maybe he does really love her.
See, he
They're gonna
manipulating
live
you too.
together forever.
Exactly.
Then in the next breath, he was like, I know that she loves me and I can get away with whatever I want. And I was like, dang, Tony, you got me.
Tony in the hotel child line and telling this woman that he is at a therapy session.
Oh my God.
She calling, how's your therapy session? Everything is good. Oh wait, this is Angela. So he got the side ones in line knowing what's going on.
Of course.
This man is not to be trusted.
I called him a sociopath.
And my thing is this. I've learned a lot from this show. If you have an instinct that you can't trust them,
Ooh, baby.
then you can't trust them.
Period.
Just follow what you already know.
But they're married now. They recently got married.
That was the worst mistake that she
Can
could
we
have done.
talk about the ring?
It was it's a wedding band. A men's
He did.
wedding
I'm
band.
gonna say this. He did better than some of the other couples.
You think so?
No, he did not.
You wouldn't rather have a little
The
dot?
mama bought Lizzie's ring.
Yeah, but it was prettier than that.
Yeah.
It was talking about
woman. She
aesthetic.
I'm
literally
saying as
brought
far
a
as
men's
him, like-
wedding band.
Yeah.
I'm saying as far as like you not working like that, you really don't have no money.
we talk about is it cute?
I'm talking about
you know
the
what I'm saying?
looks.
It doesn't look pretty.
I mean,
saying.
of course not, y'all. Don't
Look,
like me do
I don't
that.
care about who bought it.
Exactly.
As long as it's not loaned, lent, used, as long as it's new and pretty. That's all I care about.
But
And it
that's
wasn't
not
pretty.
pretty.
And
a
it was
man's
not
band.
pretty.
Yeah, that was not. But she happy for anything.
anything.
Right.
Poor thing.
So Donna
I like the
Faye,
friend though.
I like the
Oh.
fact that she be trying to draw lines.
I think that's who you about
Donna
to talk
Faye, her
about.
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Donna,
She keep it real.
She did. I did a little research on Donna Faye.
Did you now?
Lord.
Donna Faye has some convictions on her record.
Not surprised.
That's probably why she know what's up.
And
she
that's
say that
what
on
I
the
was
show?
thinking. No, I saw it on one of the Instagram pages that gossip about the show. Donna Faye has convictions for manufacturing meth in in the house. She got arrested for it with 3 other people.
She got a whole business at the house.
whole
A
record.
whole business.
She's a homemaker.
Queen. Just a woman, a queen.
So that must be why she's so hip, like you said, Pietra.
Yeah.
It's because she knows the game.
know
The
what's
game,
up.
right? She know what's up.
Yeah, she can see what's up. What I will say is I love the realness of Angela though, because she don't let nobody say nothing about Tony behind his back. Soon as he came out that house and she said, "Oh, well, she thinks you're playing me." So what you gotta say about
I
that?
don't like that.
I like it.
I don't like that.
But
I
in
wouldn't do
front
that.
of
I like
them,
it.
I think it's kind of tacky to do it in front of everybody. Like, give it
I
a
like
minute.
it because
give it a beat.
it's one of those things where keep it real with me. If I was Tony or anybody, I would want to know who's talking behind my
But not
back.
in
I get it.
Not in front of
It
everyone.
puts
I
the friend
would.
in a weird position, and it
Yeah.
puts Angela in a weird
Oh,
position
she don't
because
care.
now they're married, and now you're going to have issues with your man and your friend not getting along. And I bet you when we see them on whatever next show they're going to be on, it's going to be none of my friends
But
like
let's-
Tony.
let's
well,
keep-
because you put all of them on Front Street in front of him.
But let's keep it real. That would be the case anyway because she would know and she would talk to the friend and not tell Tony. Then she'll have to go tell Tony. So he would already feel some type of of way about her, and she would already feel some type of way about him. So it's one of those things where you can't get around that because it's already out there. So I'd rather you just tell me to my face than be behind my back.
I didn't appreciate the fact that she acts as if she's putting her foot down and putting a line in the sand and things that she won't tolerate. I mean, basically, he's walking out the door. She's talking about, come right back. Like, that's her kid. And then I love it.
It's trust. It's lack of trust.
Exactly.
It goes back
but
to what I'm saying.
She has adopted a role of kind of like mother/wife because she was there saying, if I just, nudge him in the right way to make sure he stay on track. Boo, if you got to do all of that, then you don't need to be doing nothing. That's too much of your time that you could be spending on self-care.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
You could be taking care of you.
He's an ex-con, though. Like, you got to kind of help him stay clear in some sort of way. I think any woman that's on this show and is dating an ex-con feels like they have to do the same
I
thing.
appreciate that.
I can attest to the fact that it is important to guide your man in the right direction. If he is fresh out of a certain
if you're going to be with someone who's dealing with that kind of stuff, you have to know, okay, I may have to be looking out for him in different ways. And I think it's the same thing with Daniel's mom. It may not even be about Lizzie. It may be the fact that what Lizzie represents is him in that lifestyle. So to keep him away from that lifestyle, she feels like she has to keep him away from her.
These are all adults. And I totally understand what you guys are saying. You're making a very valid point. But at the end of the day, at what point do you step back and say, I've encouraged him to do this. I've set up certain things for them to do that. But they have to make these choices for themselves.
This is what I learned. And that's pretty much what I'm going to piggyback off of what you're saying. I have learned it's nothing wrong with giving your man guidance and stuff like that. But it's one of those things where I would rather sit back and tell you nothing just to see what you're going to do without my guidance.
That's right.
Because if I'm in a relationship with you and you can't lead me in the right way, I don't need to be with you, period. And I want to sit back to be able to be led and trust that my man is going to make the right decision. He know how to hold his own. If I got to feel like I got to do this, tell you this, you're not ready for a relationship.
Yeah, you shouldn't date an ex-con.
And
you're gonna
have to be everybody.
Like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. It takes a lot of patience.
You're
and she got it.
Yeah.
She got it.
She loves him and she wants to live that life.
Baby.
And I agree with the sister. Like, this man just got out and you giving him a motorcycle. Like,
girl, she gave him all the ropes so he can just hang himself. That's all it boils down to. And let's just be clear.
Having sex with
nobody is sitting in therapy talking to a therapist paying money for this service to pick up a phone and be like, yep, therapy's going great. That doesn't happen. So, sorry, but that was definitely a producer setup. Right, why would someone even call? That was so set up.
That's so trifling. This man having sex in a hotel, just left.
No, did y'all love the part where he was just like, I just got to go take care of something, go see some friends I haven't seen in a while, but cameras can't come in. They don't allow cameras. They're real strict about that, so you guys just stay right
in
here.
In the motel.
Did you really think that boy, bye.
I just don't see why he couldn't be more slick about when Angela said, how is therapy going? And or what are you going to do during therapy? And he said, that's confidential. I mean, if this is a personal growth thing that you're going through with your wife, you want to share that with her because it's not like she's in the sessions with you. I mean, this might be TMI, but I've sought therapy when I was back in college. And it's a journey that I like to share with my mom because she could relate and she watched me go through changes that I was going through as a woman.
And they encourage you to share, I feel.
Exactly.
Right. Amen.
So it's just crazy. And Angela is a professional in the health industry, so I'm trying to see why that never really dawned on her. Like, this is weird.
It doesn't dawn on her because she's so wrapped in wanting to be loved and want to be in a marriage and want to be with him that she clearly doesn't trust him, but it's one of those things where she's also looking at the fact of he's everything that I want. So
except a good person.
Yeah, and my thing is he is sick. How can you pick up the phone? Like, something is seriously wrong with you when and this is something that I want to make an announcement for all ladies to pay attention to.
Oh, Lord.
The 101.
Oh, Lord.
Relationship counseling 101. When your man tell you certain things, listen to him. Don't think he's going to change over a while. Don't think that, the potential. Don't look at the potential. Look at what he's doing right now and what he's telling you. Tony was very clear that he has a problem when it comes down to women. And you're still going to go and marry him?
I mean, it's like Oprah always says, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them.
Yeah, you have to. Otherwise, you're driving yourself crazy. Like, you could be just living such a different existence,
Or it goes
Mama.
back to some really great advice that Brianna Cheyenne gave us once. If you're gonna stay with your man when he's cheating, let that man cheat in peace. And it's like, if you know he's this type of guy, then let him be that type of guy, or don't be with him.
Period.
And I think she wants to be with Tony so bad that she's just willing to put up with that. As much as she says she doesn't, that's what she's doing.
That literally makes my stomach hurt. That you would be so insecure, that you'd have so much low self-worth that you will cling to something that clearly is telling you they don't want to be there.
All she wants is the penis. We said that.
No,
she's like,
let me tell you,
if it come with a little cheating, that's fine. Just give me the penis.
Talk about that's fine. At the end of the day, I'm like, I'd rather be single and at peace and be happy than be in a relationship that gotta constantly question about, I can't trust you, I don't know what you're doing, let me call you. Don't nobody have time for that.
Nobody got time. If you're sleeping in your bed, you can open up and just be a starfish before you go to bed. That's so much more beautiful than to worry about what this man doing and why he ain't up under you in that bed. Girl, bye.
Dee Dee Roberts said, get one of those chalkboards and write the husband's tasks down with a step-by-step instruction like moms do with a lot of kids. I feel like that's a measure that Angela would have to take with Tony, because Tony is a child.
Yeah. But most of these men appear to be childish. Daniel is the king of children.
Real quick.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
Cheryl and Josh.
Oh. So, Tony said that he's a hustler. And we see this. And a hustler, he said it in
but
the episode.
Where's the hustling?
Okay, well, he said it. And this is how I'm going to tell y'all how he hustles. Hustlers always recognize an opportunity. So, is it just me, or has it dawned on anybody else that he sees this opportunity being on the show? He sees the bag, and he knows he can't catch that bag without Angela. So it's more than just a woman that's taking care of him straight out of prison and somewhere to sleep. This is a whole career he's building.
He's chasing the bag.
I don't think he's smart enough.
I think so too.
I don't get that
What?
impression.
I don't think you got to be that smart to think that.
You don't have to be smart to be a
That's just a survivor's mentality. He has nowhere else to go. He got to survive.
No doubt.
This
Now
is how
that
he's
I see,
surviving.
definitely.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it's like a mastermind plan. Like
It doesn't have to be a mastermind plan. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on TV. I'm getting a check. All I have to do is stay with Angela.
Who's paying for everything and taking care of me anyway.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That's why I see the motivation in him sticking it out.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I mean, he comes out and pretty much says that. And she's
Right.
still
He was
there.
like, she'll be there no matter what I do.
Exactly.
Crazy thing is, she don't know what he's saying though. She's not there.
But she know now.
I know. Or she should.
From seeing the show.
And she's still walking around with that band.
Last but not least, what's her name? Cheryl and
That
Josh.
pissed me off.
That pissed me off too. I know you didn't like. Well, you just don't like Cheryl.
I don't like her nowhere because she got a bad attitude.
Yeah.
And I've been
Everything.
and slapped her
Nasty.
quick. Because at the end of the day, she got a nasty attitude for no reason.
For no
Even driving
reason.
in the car, something she said, I'm like, let me out.
Right.
Go sit down with this bad energy.
It's always that way,
And
though.
stank for no reason. And it's like, I don't know if she just got like that over time, but in the beginning, she was not like that. She was head over heels, so in love. And then for whatever reason, once she disrespected the mama, that showed me who she was. But then when she started treating him like that, I'm starting to look at him like, do you not have a whole lot of self-esteem? Because she just talked to you any kind of way, and that's okay.
But I don't think it's because of self-esteem. I think he takes it because
Obligation.
Just like obligation. Because when his mom asked him, why are you proposing to her? Is it obligation? He couldn't answer it.
Right.
He stuttered the whole time, and he just shrugged his shoulders. And at the same time, though, Cheryl makes it so hard to feel bad for her with all the money that she spent on him, because she keeps talking about, I could have got this, I could have at least got a $50 ring from him, he's cheap, da-da-da. If you're going to spend all this money and make these sacrifices for someone, don't do it because you expect something back.
Yeah.
You do it out of the goodness of your heart because you love that person.
Because you genuinely care for them.
But you don't get blessings back when you're doing something just out of greed and you want a pat on the back.
Right.
Yeah, and then her communication and the way that she go about things, I just feel like even if she didn't like the venue, it's the thought that count. Like, this man is trying to surprise you, like, you know, and she's just like, well, I mean, why would you bring, like, she keep comparing everything to her sister. And I just want to say, baby, at the end of the day, your sister's life is not your life. Oh, my sister had this amount of people and she had this and had that. So what? That's her life and her lane. You have your own life to live.
I think it all comes down to, it's not what you say, but how you say it.
Yeah,
I think she
exactly.
could have just been, I feel like this isn't safe for the kids, because it wasn't safe for the kids. And when she started mentioning things she didn't like, all of a sudden the people who were showing the venue was like, well, this is something wrong too, and there's something wrong with that, and blah, 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 which I didn't understand why they did that. But the point that I'm trying to make is, if she would have just been, I don't like it, and this is why, in a nice and calm way. She could be
softer. Yeah. She's so rough.
But on the flip side, I feel like just her saying she didn't like it at all, he was still very defensive about, and just completely went off the handles. I didn't think that was a reason for him to be like, well, I was going to propose to you, but I'm not doing it anymore.
I just think everybody has their breaking point.
I was just about to say the same thing. I respected that gangster. Because up until now, he's been very like, okay, I'm going to suck it up. Okay, I'm going to suck this up too. All right, we're sucking it up again, are we? You want me to leave my family when they bring out a cake for me to celebrate my birthday, to go with you to worry about attire that we don't have to worry about until after the party? You're being ridiculous.
This is a
But I'm
big
going to suck it up. He sucked it all up. So I think that him blowing up, I mean, how much more can you take?
Because it was also built up while they were in the car driving there.
The whole time. And let's be clear, she wasn't rude to, the mom wasn't rude to, she wasn't rude to the mom as much as the mom was. The mom accused her of wanting to sleep with the boyfriend.
No, Cheryl was disrespectful to the mom.
She was
Absolutely.
first?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't care what happens. If you're a mother and you're walking into an area and you just sit there in your seat still and you don't speak or say hello or get up or anything like that, you don't even have to hug. But at least say hello. That's disrespect right there.
Yeah. And
so
it should be something.
That was it. I'm like, okay, Cheryl, you're wrong. And
and it should be something, because even if you don't like the mom or y'all don't, whatever, the least you could do is speak and be respectful in that manner. I just don't
care
like
for
her
Cheryl either. I don't really care
I don't
for her
like
either.
her.
She's very immature. She's hot-headed. She's very bratty. Things don't go her way. Things are not of the caliber of her sister. That's the first place she goes. And she'll be like, well, I don't like it. How about relax? How about have a conversation and maybe try to say in a gentler, kindler way what you're feeling and thinking, so that this man can absolutely try to be there for you.
I think if she would have done that, things would have went way smoother. Like, I don't think he would have called off the proposer. It could have literally been like, you know what? This is so sweet, babe. First of all, acknowledge the man trying.
That's what Meg said. Meg
say thank you for the surprise.
Yeah. What did she say? Meg said, you guys are so right about how you say it. Also saying thank you for planning something so nice and thoughtful, even if it was misguided.
And then get to,
exactly,
I actually just don't. Can we maybe look at other options? Just like how you say it.
Yeah.
But she's just
Crystal Posno said Cheryl is very ungrateful. A lot of people are just really going in. Sherry Blowers said this season is a hot mess. Well, I know you can't wait until life after life.
Right. This is a hot mess.
Yeah.
It's going to get really, really
What
good.
do y'all think about the fact that they got back together?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think it's going to work.
I am.
I
was
wasn't
genuinely surprised.
Really?
Yes, because he's been out long enough now, and she went all the way back to Texas, so she's not even physically there. So I was hoping that he'd find somebody else.
Maybe he went with her. He just had to wait for his probation in.
Maybe.
I mean, they said she drove back or went back to Texas, so I just assumed that he didn't go with her. And I would have liked him to find somebody else. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Like, he robbed a bank, not condoning that behavior, but he ain't on meth. He ain't crazy. He ain't sticking people up. Like, I don't know. He just seems like a really sweet guy.
I knew they were going to
made some bad choices.
I knew they were going to get back together.
It seems so small to me.
Men love abuse. I think I think there are certain men that like abuse and love women who are just rude and bees to them.
They like the drama.
They like the drama. And Josh said he attracts crazy women. His mom is crazy. Cheryl's crazy. And he's stuck with both of them. And he doesn't like going anywhere. There are certain men that like the abuse. So he could be chasing
And
it.
I think this was all just a communication issue. I don't think it's something that they needed to break up about, me personally.
I'm glad they broke up.
She had an attitude. But I think, if they could have made up later and she was like, I'm sorry for my approach. I just didn't like it and I was caught off guard. And he'd be like, okay, well, I wish you would have said that in a different way and then squash it. I didn't think it was something that they had to completely break off their engagement.
But what are they even doing together? Like Bree said, he couldn't come up with a good enough reason to his mama as to why he even proposed.
True.
What do they do? What are they doing together?
You know what I thought was hilarious?
No.
When he said, okay, I'll hit y'all up with my next chick to the wedding venue.
No, my favorite part when the very beginning when they went and made out and then subsequently I guess they had intercourse right in the bushes and the dirt and all that. Remember that? He came out, I was like, I mean, she's a good kisser. I was like, you know what?
My God.
They both didn't have glowing reports for each other. So what are y'all even got lust in your, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Okay, well, real quick, you know, we have to wrap up, unfortunately.
I know.
But we're going to be right back because we got a renewal for Love After Lockup and Love After Lockup.
We shall return.
So we're so excited. Real quick, we want to say again, thank you so much to our followers here. Giants Mo, Kimberly Shady Mayfield, Meg Blue Shifty Eyes, Jules, Sherry Blowers, Dee Dee Robert, all the new people, Crystal Posno. There are so many, Dorothy Blake, everybody.
Jules.
Yeah, Jules, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
And please make sure to follow us on Instagram and keep up with our next shenanigans with the next season. You can follow me on Instagram at IamB_Cheyenne, CHIANNE.
And you can follow me anytime you get ready on IG. My name is Kitty Kaboom, KITTIEKABOOM.
And you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Pietra Elise TV. That's PETRAELISE TV.
And you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Lexi Fierce. It's IAMLEXIFIERCE. And Life After Lockup comes back January 3rd.
Yes.
We're going to continue to do news dailies so you can stay in the loop. I know the shows are coming on, but we ain't going nowhere. So keep following us, keep reaching out, and yeah, we're going to keep talking about
We'll
it.
see you next time.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.